Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ritnika and this is Natural Vibrations. I'm back with your October Twin Flame Divine Love reading. I'm going to be traveling, as I mentioned, to New York and LA. So if anybody is looking to book a session with me, you can get in touch with me via email at naturalvibrationsindia@gmail.com, or you can log on to my website naturalvibrations.in. I will be traveling, which is why I may not be able to get to you mid-October. So I've done a whole month's whole October's reading. I will try to get end of October done again, but just in case I can't, I wanted to make sure I get all the information. So I'm just going to jump right in. So as always, we've got the masculine here and we've got the feminine here, union, and this time I've also pulled some extra cards to figure out what blockages are there and what you need to work on in the month of October. So I'm just gonna jump right in. This month in October, from what I can see, the masculine has got amazing cards. I feel like the masculine is really coming into his own. I feel like October might be the month for a lot of people for union. So let me just jump right in. In the spiritual, the masculine has got flexible and forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in the present moment. So what's going on is that the masculine in his spiritual is learning to be a bit more open-minded. You know, he has forgiven the feminine to a certain degree, and he is continuing to forgive the past. You know, he's continuing to work through all the issues he has faced in the past with the twin, as well as with the situation with relationships with her, and he's trying to be more flexible. He has he's trying to be more open-minded. He's open to the idea of being with the twin. He's open to the idea of reuniting with her, and he's just being, you know, a little bit more open-minded and easygoing, which is what we want. The feminine has got unfinished symphony and engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Now, these two cards technically are sort of contradictory, but in this sense, what this means is that the feminine want things to move to a higher level. They want to get back together with the twin. You know, they want to come back. They want union to occur, which is why the engagement card has come up. But what's happening is that they might also have to remember that what story are they telling themselves. So unfinished symphony basically means that something is unfinished and we need to pay attention to the stories we tell ourselves. Are you telling yourself stories like, oh, things never work out for us in the past, or things have never worked out for me, I don't deserve love, or things never work out? Because it's the stories that you tell yourself that make a big difference. If you are the kind of person who says excuse me, that I always get everything I want, that life always works out for me, I always have love in my life, then that's the story you're giving, because you do have unfinished business with your twin. But if you are telling yourself that, oh, things have never worked out in the past, so why would they work out now, then that's the story you're telling. So what the universe is saying is, I know there is unfinished business with this twin. You know that you want things to move to a higher level, but just pay attention to the stories you're telling yourself, you know, not others, but yourself. What are you thinking deep down? Are you being positive? Are you telling yourself a positive story where no matter what happens, things work out for you? Or are you still stuck in the old loop of things never work out for you? So just pay attention to the stories you're telling yourself. When it comes to the emotional for the masculine, he's got chaos and conflict. I know he got that in the physical last time. And he's got soulmate. So what's happening in his emotional level is that the masculine is coming to terms in his heart space that the feminine is his soulmate, his twin flame, his divine partner. I feel like he is now coming to realize this, and which is why his world is sort of going upside down. You know, in the past, we had him getting rid of the karmic partner, or the situation, what changes in his physical world. But now his heart space is also like truly coming to terms with the fact that this is what he has to pursue, that this is the person he wants to be with. And because of that, he might be going through some like inner turmoil, but not, like in the sense of when you come to a realization that everything was meant to be in a particular way and this person is the one for you. You sort of go through the ups and downs in your heart space, and that's what's happening. He's realizing also that the reason things fell apart, I think it's also coming to this realization that the reason things didn't go the way properly in the beginning, like they didn't, there wasn't a happy ending right from the start, and there was this separation, was because we both the twins had to go through their own journey. And maybe that's what he's also realizing, that sometimes things are meant to happen in a particular way. But he is definitely realizing that the twin is his soulmate, and that's what's the most important thing. When it comes to the feminine, she's got happy. So the feminine is definitely very happy in a heart space. She's got attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. And she's got reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. So what's happening in the heart space is like the feminine is firstly incredibly happy and peaceful and content. In her heart space, she knows that reconciliation is happening. She understands that no matter how long it takes, that reunion is going to occur, and which is why she is not exactly very worried. What she is now doing, or what the feminine should concentrate, is to pursue what she enjoys every day, to focus on her everyday life, focus on the things that make her happy. Because instead of focusing on the twin, she's realizing that this is going to happen. The reunion is going to happen. Timelines we cannot predict, but it is going to happen. So instead of worrying about that, she's sort of just following her bliss. She's being happy and she's following what makes her happy. And she's just, she needs to, if you're not doing this, you can do this, is to just basically do things you love. If there's a hobby you like doing, if you like, writing, singing, going, I don't know, going to the movies, vacationing. I mean, I'm going on a vacation, and that's something I love doing. I love traveling. I love going to new places. So I'm going to places in Europe. So that's pretty much what the universe is saying, that at this moment you should just, enjoy yourself and do what makes you happy. Oops, my card fell down. 1 second, sorry. What's happening today? Okay, so moving along in the mental energy, we've got for the twin, for the masculine, we've got calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmation, and visualization help to bring you two together. We've got observer, and we've got soulmates. This came up in a private reading as well, where both the soulmate cards were together. So what's happening is that in the mental space also, I mean, that's why I said the masculine's cards are so positive, because not only is he like open-minded and healing and flexible in his spiritual, his mental energy is, he's getting, his emotional is getting into the place where he's understanding that this is the soulmate. The mental energy is like, okay, this person is my soulmate. I've come to the realization this person is my soulmate. He's also come to the realization that all his prayers and his prayers and affirmations and wanting to be with the right person, and he's probably been talking to the universe or God in his own way, because that he wants to feel the love, he wants that connection with someone, and he's realizing that the universe has delivered this through his twin. He's coming to that realization, that a lot of feminine have already come to this realization, and now the masculine is coming to this realization that whatever he's asking for is coming through his twin. So what he's doing now, and what the universe is advising him, is to sit and observe and see how things unfold. The universe obviously has a plan. So the masculine is now sort of being, in his mental, emotional space, he's convinced or getting convinced that the twin is the one for him, and he's now waiting and watching to see how things unfold, which is great. The feminine in her mental energy has got Treasure Island. So obviously she thinks the twin is, this relationship is a treasure, this relationship is perfect for each other, that this is the relationship that was meant to be. She's also got the tribe, but the tribe was, I think, reversed. So what's happening here is that the universe is saying is that the feminine is trying to find her place. She's trying to fit into society, and the other cards that surround her has got deception. Someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship, and romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So if I look at all of these cards together, what's happening is that first of all, the the feminine definitely feels that this relationship is worth pursuing, that this person is the twin flame. However, she is sort of having some doubts, and because of that, I think this is just the ego coming up again. And what's happening is that she's trying to fit in. And in a way, sometimes when you want things to sort of go a particular way and they're not going your way, you try to fit into a certain situation. I'm just going to give you an example. For you see how reunion might be occurring for a lot of people and is not happening for you at this moment. And even though deep down you know this is supposed to happen, you put on this false mask that, oh, I'm not meant to be with this person, or maybe I should start dating somebody else, or I'll go on to dating apps and try to meet new people or whatever, because you're trying so hard to to fit into society, because you're tired of like being left behind in a way. And what the universe is saying is you don't need to worry, you need to be yourself. Just be true to yourself. Don't compromise who you are, don't compromise your beliefs to fit in. You might, deep down you might believe you're a twin flame, but you're trying to like suppress that, or and pretend that that's not the case, because you think people are not going to believe you and people are going to mock you, or things are not happening your way. So what the universe is saying is that at this moment you need to just be yourself. You are wearing this false mask, but you need to remember that the feelings you have are absolutely real. There is no doubt in the universe's mind that this relationship is not going to work out. I mean, they know for sure that this relationship is worth exploring. So there is no need for you to wear this false mask. You know this relationship is a treasure. I know you're trying so hard to make sense of this, and you're trying to fit into society, so because you're tired of being this person who's like, oh, I have this belief that this person will come back. And I get that as well. So just try not to wear this false mask if you can, and just remember that your feelings are real. This is just your ego coming in the way, because you see these cards where everything is positive and you've been getting positive readings for a while, but this is a general reading and everybody is in a different space and a different level and different journey. So just be patient. Don't worry. You don't need to put on this facade. Just because it's not happening right now doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Going into the physical for the masculine, he's got true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. Didn't I tell you the masculine reading was amazing? He's got soulmate twice, he's got calling in the soulmate, and he's got true love. I think the masculine in October is really, really getting his act together, and I'm really excited. And I mean, I'm hoping it works out for all of us. But I definitely see this. And the other cards he's got is New Life, which is new beginnings, and Thinker. So what's happening is now, Thinker could mean like he's strategizing, he's planning, he's trying to figure out what the right move is. Maybe he wants to start, he's realized that this is true love. He's realized that this relationship is worth pursuing in all his levels, except for a little bit of chaos in his emotional, which is fine. He's probably just understanding that. And because he's also healing and going through a process, he's come to the realization that this person is the true love. This person is the person he needs to be with, whether you call it twin flame, divine love, whatever you want to call it. But he's realized that this person is the one for him. So now he wants to start something new. He wants to start a new relationship with this person. He wants to start a new phase of his life. And he's trying to figure that out. He's trying to plan, and he's thinking, what's my next move? Like, how should I do this? How should I approach the situation? What the right thing to do is, which is exactly where we want the masculine to be. I'm so excited. Can't wait. I hope it happens for all of us. In the feminine, we've got mending, but it was upside down. And we've got pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. So, it's funny how the feminine, this in October, it's got a little bit of that doubt and feeling coming up. The masculine is coming, coming into coming into alignment, but the feminine in her ego self, because this is not in the higher planes, this is in the lower planes, in the sense of the mental and the physical. She's sort of not, what's happening is there are two things. Firstly, what mending upside down means is that you're not acknowledging the fact that if something did not work out, that you're not acknowledging the reasons why. I'm going to read this from the book because it's very interesting. It says, heartbreak is a strange healer of souls. Our grief strips away our masks and loosens our tight hold on our separateness, where we view ourselves as I and the world as it. Loss allows us to see ourselves as a part of a larger scheme, opening us up to sympathy, empathy, and dependence on others in the moment when we can't hold ourselves together. And it leads us to become one with the greater whole again. Pain and suffering is a part of life, and none of us will be immune to it. Can you view this loss, this pain, this dissonance as a way back to source? Let your sorrow break your heart. You break your heart wide open. You will never be left behind. You are loved now more than ever by Spirit, who does not want you to feel alone. One day you will look back and know this truth. So I think what this means is that the signs are cautioning you because you're not really paying attention to what the universe is trying to say. It's saying that you're still regarding this whole process as you being separate from your twin, and that's what this card is saying. That you are seeing so many signs every day to see that this whole thing is a process orchestrated by the universe. That you and your twin are not separate. That you guys are already together. This is what it is. You think you're alone. You think you are separate. And once you really acknowledge what is really going on, if you start paying attention, this is not a negative thing in the sense. It's saying that you're not paying attention. You're not paying attention to what the universe is saying. In the physical, you probably are getting signs and you're not paying attention to them. And what the universe is saying is, pay attention to it because you are not separate from your twin. Things happen for a reason. Heartbreak happens for a reason. This whole thing was meant to be. This goes back to this card on what story you're trying to tell yourself. Is it a story where you're alone and you're separate? Or is it a story where you realize that it's all a part, you're all connected, everything is one? So I did a little video on energy and how law of attraction works. If you haven't checked it out, please do. It talks about how we're all connected. So this was all meant to be, and is all meant to be for a reason. And once you start paying attention and acknowledging that you are never separate, you were never separate from your twin, things will work out. So I feel for the feminine in October, you're letting your ego come in a way a little bit. You're letting your fears and doubts crop up a little bit because you're not seeing things in the physical as quickly as you would like them to. But look at what the masculine is going through. He's planning, he's observing, he's planning. Don't worry, he's on track. I mean, obviously he's not going to jump right in and call you. He's going to be like, okay, what do I do now? What's the next move? How do I reach out to her? Oh, him, or however, So he's going through this process. Give it time. But don't worry. You just need to acknowledge what's going on because everything else is working out for you. When it comes to the union, we've got passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So what the universe is saying is at this moment, again, follow what makes you happy. Follow your bliss. Do things that make you happy. Find passion in your everyday life. Follow your soul mission. Do your soul mission, whatever it is. Start figuring that out and just doing things that make you happy. The other card you guys got was chop wood. So what it's saying is while you are following your passion, you also need to take your mind off from the union. Chop wood is basically when you are distracting yourself from the bigger picture by mundane chores like chopping wood or washing dishes or whatever. So the universe is saying is don't worry about union right now. You need to focus on what makes you happy. Focus on things that bring joy in your life and distract yourself. Distract yourself from when the union is going to happen. Look, the union is going to happen. Just you got to come to the realization that it will. Just don't put a date on it. Just don't put a timeline on it. What's the point? Wouldn't you rather be surprised? Wouldn't you rather be like, because you can't predict these things. So just concentrate on something else, concentrate on your passions, concentrate on making yourself happy, and the rest will fall into place. When it comes to the Dragon Fae advice for the Union, two cards fell out. First one was the Pelena and the Lady, Bittersweet Farewell. We got this last time as well. So I'm not going to read this from the book. I'm just going to recap. If you want to check this out, you can check out my last month's video. It covers this card. What this card says is, I think we got this card, at least. No, I think we did. Anyway, I'm just going to recap what it means. What this card says is that you guys know, it says bittersweet farewell. So you guys know that you need to realize that this separation between you and your twin is temporary. You guys had to separate so that you both could grow. You both could go through your lessons. You both could find your soul mission and become better versions of yourself. And because you have done that, you know deep down that you guys will reunite. And this is a card that to say that it is a separation for a short time. And you need to remember that this is not a separation for good. And that is what this card is reminding you, that the separation happened because you guys needed to do it. It was meant to be. There was a mission. There was a soul mission. And that goes back to this card where it's saying, you're not paying attention to why this was meant, you think you're separate from everything, but you're not understanding that this was happening because you guys are one and it was meant to be. And that's what the universe is reminding you, that separation is very, very temporary and things will work out for you very soon. You just have to remember that that there is a bigger picture to this, and that union is coming very soon. The other card we got was Queen Onog. A brilliant solution is on its way. So this I'll read from the book. It says, at present, you are confronted with a challenging situation, which feels almost as if it will overwhelm you. The might of the challenge is not truly as it seems, because within you are clever and indeed brilliant solutions to this dilemma. They reside within your mind and in your ability to stay calm under duress. Do not allow yourself to be bullied by someone or something that seems so much more powerful than you. Keep a cool head and plan your strategy. You have formidable resources in the intellect you have been given, in the power of your mind and of your imagination. Explore yourself and truly think your way out of this one. You have powerful allies who will assist you, and your intelligence and your brilliance are here to be worked with. You currently have all you need in order to overcome this challenge. This obstacle is one you can easily disarm. Be calm, center yourself, and allow solutions to filter through for your highest intelligence. You have a beautiful and brilliant light inside of your mind. And as you shine it more and more brightly, this situation that seems so troublesome will soon fade away. You have brilliance and you have intelligence. Believe in your gifts and your ability and use them now. There is a practical solution to a seemingly unsolvable problem. If you take this tack, it will have fantastic results. Look at how you can follow the letter of the law, so to speak, and yet be innovative and clever in your approach. Put your own needs first and do not be a victim in this situation. There is a way out, and it involves using your wits and wiles, and be aware that it is right and fair for you to do so when you have so much at stake. Using your gifts of the earth and of Gaia, of air and of water for practical ends with magical results, affinity with rowan wood. Basically, all it's saying is that things are not as tough as they seem. If you're going through this little bit of an ego battle where you think things may not work out and you have to put on this false mask, firstly, the universe is reminding you that reunion is very close, that you guys were not meant to be apart for too long. And secondly, what they're trying to tell you is that this is not a problem that cannot be solved. This is not a situation that seems so daunting that you don't know the answers. The answer is simple. You know it deep down. You know the answers. You know what you have to do. You know what you have to do. You have to follow your bliss. You need to distract yourself and you need to just trust, because things are moving. But so this is not like, you cannot go into moments of panic where you're like, oh my God, it's not working out for me. The universe is telling you over and over again that it is going to work out for you. You guys are meant to be together, and all you need to do right now is just focus on the fact that you know that the answers are all here. You have everything that you need to make this happen. You don't need to find something from outside yourself to make this union happen. You don't need to do anything external. You just need to know that you have everything within you, and a solution is coming. It's going to show up in the most randomest ways, but it's going to show up, and you're going to find that everything is working out magically without you having much. You don't have to force anything. So that's what the universe is saying, that the solution is coming, and just be patient because it is going to happen very soon. And distract yourself. You need to distract yourself. In October, you need to work on your own passions and follow your bliss and not worry about union. So to recap, I'm just going to quickly recap like I always do. For the masculine, we've got in his spiritual, he's very flexible as he is learning and forgiving. He's definitely forgiving the past and getting more flexible in what he's going to put up with, what he's open to. In his emotional self, he believes you're his soulmate, and that is causing a little bit of a conflict maybe from the past. In his mental, he has been trying to call in his soulmate, and he's realized that you are the soulmate, and now he's just sitting back and observing how things are going to work out. In his physical, he's come to the realization that this is again soulmate, true love, twin flame, and he wants to start anew. And now he's planning to see how and thinking and planning and strategizing how to take this forward. The feminine wants things to move to the next level, but she has to remind herself, what story is she telling herself? A story of positive things that happen to her, or a story of negative? So she really needs to evaluate that. When it comes to her emotional heart space, she's very happy. She knows that reunion is going to occur very soon, and now she's just trying to, and she should just follow what makes her happy. In her mental, there is a little bit of a deception and false mask situation going on. She does believe that the twin is like a treasure, but she is wearing this false mask, maybe to fit in, maybe to try to seem normal, maybe because things are not working out. But the universe is reminding her that she needs to stick to what she truly believes, and that her romantic feelings are real. When it comes to the physical, she has to start paying attention to the signs that the universe are saying. They don't have to be negative. They can be positive signs, but you need to remember that heartbreak heartbreak happens for a reason, and it really breaks the barriers between what we are and what you are, and how we are all connected. And you need to pay attention to that and have to come to that realization. Don't think you're away from your twin. You're not. Union, follow your bliss, distract yourself. This reunion is going to occur very soon. This is there is a lot of love here from both parties, and this separation is a very short separation, so that you guys can work on what you need to, and solution is on the way. You don't need to freak out. You don't need to do anything. Everything you need to make this happen is happening, and is within you. So just trust that everything is going to work out. I also pulled some extra cards as things that you needed to work on, the masculine and the feminine, that they needed to pay attention to. The masculine got the Arrow Master, hitting the mark, intention, and detachment. What this card is saying is that the masculine at this moment need to focus on what they do want. They might be focusing, because it was negative, they might be focusing on the wrong reasons for wanting things. Maybe they want things because they want to take it away from somebody else rather than wanting it for themselves, for their highest good. So they really need to now step back and observe what their true motive intentions are. They need to really go from a place of love rather than from a place of owning and acquiring. They have, they need to, they really need to evaluate what their motives are, because just wanting something because they can't have it is not the right thing. And they need to start focusing and paying more attention to what they want, and also having a bit of detachment from it and not being so obsessed with it. So they need to rather focus on the positive rather than the negative, that things can work out versus not. The feminine had got 3 cards. One was fruition, abundance, reaping what you sow, Gaia's garden. So what the universe is saying is, again, I think it's reflecting this card, which is that you need to realize that you have already put in the seeds, and now is the time of harvest, and everything you want is coming to you. So don't worry, you're gonna have abundance in your life. The other card you got was Queen of Light, illumination, enlightenment, and celebration. Again, this card is saying that that this is the time of celebration. You don't need to worry. You have become a better version of yourself, and you have done a lot of soul work, and you've really put in the effort. And now is the time for you to see the results and see the better version of yourself. So just be patient, because this is all working out. The last card, the feminine card, was the cosmos, creativity, and vastness. And I'm going to read this from the book. What this book says is that, one second, sorry. The cosmos appears as an ally and never as a challenger. Creativity in all forms is represented by the cosmos. This is a sign to pay your attention on creative projects. They will be successful. Remember that all of life is creative, and you are always co-creating with the divine. The cosmos also represents the principle of infinity and vastness of energetic exchange of consciousness, influencing all living things. This teaches us that every intention we set is in fact contagious, with the power to influence others. We're entangled at our deepest energetic place, so if we can't help but have we can't help but have an effect on others. Wow, this is exactly what my last energy video was about. From an individual level to a global one. This is a sign to remind you to open up to the well of creativity deep within you and be mindful of your thoughts and actions. Both are influencing your outer world. More important, keep taking action towards your goal. As the cosmos respond perfectly to manifest your highest destiny. Expect to be inspired and to meaningfully touch others with all that you create. So this is just a reminder from the universe saying that you have put in what you wanted. You've laid down the seeds, and now harvest is coming. You're getting more enlightened. Everything is working out for you. There is a cause for celebration. But just remember that you are a co-creator. This goes back to this. You are not separate. You are one. You guys. This is exactly what this card is saying. Same thing. This is what the feminine are going through, where they might think that they're away from their twin, that it's a separate journey. It is not. Your positive thoughts, the way you feel, the way you think affects everyone around you and affects your twin as well. Please check out my energy video. It's based on the concept of quantum entanglement. So just monitor your thoughts and remember that it's time for you. You are a co-creator. You can get everything you want. So if you want union, it will occur. Just have faith and just co-create that, plan that, work towards that. And that is what's going to happen for you. It's a good time. Look at that. You got abundance. You got abundance and enlightenment and celebration. I don't think it can get better than that. All right. Thank you so much. Sorry for the quick video. I will be in touch with you end October and maybe sometime in the middle if I get some time. It was lovely chatting with you. I hope this resonates with you. Take care. Bye.